Kaise ho, मैं हूं Anas, and ladies and gentlemen, it's sunshine and rainbow time with me. Now, today's video is kind of going to be a little bit of a code assessment. You know, it's not going to be a full-on coding class, but if you guessed by the title, oh boy, is Twitch judging you? The answer is, I really don't know, and I kind of hope it's not what I'm looking at that turns out to be in the most negative case scenario. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that trying to make edgier content on the internet is pretty difficult. You know, it's a very tough affair. It's a very thankless affair. It's a very fruitless affair because, quite honestly, you know, with how advertisement works now, the internet believes that you should be some happy-go-lucky Fisher-Price kind of character, even though there's plenty of wild movies and TV shows that are much more edgier than some people out here, and yet they still get showered with advertisements. We live in a weird world, and every major site you go to, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, if you're a content creator on any of this and you show a bit of edginess, then there's chances that you may not be as rich as the toy channels out there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm telling you? But today's video is all about how a security researcher, you know, this is Dalem Tayari, who basically sort of exposed this, whistle blew, whatever you want to call it, Twitch's new brand safety score system. I know what you're thinking. Whoa, Twitch and new ideas? Brand safety score? I'm a little worried. Well, let's go check into it real quick. Twitch has added an automatic brand safety score, which grades how brand friendly every streamer is, based on things like chat behavior, ban history, manual ratings by Twitch staff, games played, age, auto mod, and more. So, this may sound like a weird thing, okay? You might be sitting over here like, whoa, it sounds like some wild country social credit system. And in reality, yeah, it kind of sounds like that to start off with. Now, a couple of pieces of code that to look over. Now, this comes from Twitch's GraphQL API, the GQL API, which is typically for internal use, okay? If you're using their GQL API without their consent, typically it's not okay by Twitch standards, okay? So this is just internal stuff, and this was pulled out from endpoints. So to state real quickly, okay, this is just internally. And before anybody's like, Muda, can you give me your thoughts on GraphQL? Look, I don't even know shit about it, all right? All right, let me just put it out there. This is like this is not my camp. But reading the code isn't necessarily something that would be difficult. So the couple comments over here are the current state of the streamer's relationship with Twitch. So this is where they look for the streamer's good standing. Now, of course, strings are basically the values they're calling onto. The rating of this streamer performed by a Twitch affiliated reviewer. Okay, so I don't know if this is like, you know, an internal moderator sort of reviewing a streamer specifically, like 1 out of 10 of how kosher or how haram they are. And then you go down to if this streamer has been suspended, a general reason why. So basically, you know, how good or bad is the streamer basically with their relationship to Twitch, right? If this streamer is a partner. All right, so I don't know if this is like brand or partner specific treatment, but it's an interesting read. In fact, it goes to the point with if this streamer is 18 years or older, okay? If this streamer is 21 years or older. If this streamer has automod enabled on their chat. And then how sensitive automod is set to be while moderating chat. So I think this last line is kind of like if you're one of those streamers that has a really wild, toxic chat room out there where a lot of, you know, racy bits are thrown out, you may set your automod to a point where somebody could write the word cock and you'd be banning them for 9,000 years. So it's interesting how every single tiny thing that people do on Twitch apparently is going to alter any of their brand safety scores. Okay, so this isn't like 1 or 2 lines that are checking out. This is like a fucking long list. Twitch a couple days ago added this to their GQL internal API endpoints, which is sent to advertisers for ads, sponsors, and also probably for bounty purposes. Check this tweet's images for screenshots of the API changes. Oh, I fucking will. So it's to the point where the brand safety data grabs the brand safety score of a channel as well as relevant data used to calculate it. Also returns custom parameters about the channel and then all this code to pull this brand safety data input out of. So this is a real long piece of code over here, but from what I'm gathering, it's really related to emoji subscription purchasing errors, and I'm not going to look too deep into that, but this is the real important one at this point, right? So while this is long, we're going to go look through everything over here and just sort of gather down what they're doing. So you can see that they're calculating the actual ESRB rating of the game played. So if you play Grand Theft Auto 5, which is an M-rated game, your brand safety, I would assume, would be be a little bit more at risk than somebody playing shit like fucking somebody playing Minecraft, right? So immediately playing an E-rated or T-rated game may be much more beneficial for your channel than playing an M-rated game or an adults-only game, which I believe isn't even allowed on Twitch. Keywords describing the content of the game by the ESRB, which is basically like when you look at the back of the box of any video game, they type in like, oh wow, intense violence, decapitation, some blood, boys. Now, of course, they start mentioning the brand safety, a number representing the combined brand suitability of a channel. Kind of like a fucking score, you would say, right? Like 1 out of 100, I would assume. And then they would go down even further. So this is just like extra stuff, extra stuff. Mature flag for a channel, manually set, unset by streamer. So you know how you can like set your stream to like, hey, this is a mature stream out there. I think you might shoot yourself a little bit in the foot if you're doing that, because this would affect your brand safety to be a little bit more risky, as far as I would assume. Again, a bit of this is speculation given how Twitch is operating. Rating of the streamer performed by a Twitch affiliated reviewer. We've seen what it is, and then more and more into like how sensitive automod is. So at this point, they're calculating ages, they're calculating what the rating of the fucking game is that you're playing. They're calculating if you set your channel to mature. They're calculating what your relationship is with Twitch. So, I mean, shit, that could be anything. That could be, I have never been banned, to I get bans every fucking month. So that could definitely affect you with how healthy your stream may be doing as far as advertisement is considered. Now, Dalem actually speculates, this is pure speculation, but still very plausible. Twitch could also use the score to affect CPM, which is, you know, cost per mile, how much people get paid on like every so 1,000 views, or I guess with Twitch hours streamed, and bounty opportunities, which is like, you know, Twitch, people can pick bounties and make a lot of money, you know, playing a certain game or streaming it. Now, of course, Twitch support came into the whole party and said, hey, we're exploring ways to make sure ads are appropriately matched to the right communities on Twitch. Looking at a number of different factors, we all saw those factors, nothing is launched yet, and no personal information has been shared. I mean, I don't know why that last statement was so important. I don't think they're like really leaking personal information. They're just running assessments on channels, but okay. User privacy is critical on Twitch, and as we refine this process, we will not pursue plans that compromise that priority. We'll share more information with our community along the way, and given Twitch, I actually think they will. Twitch is pretty decent with that shit. Now, of course, Dalem says this is exactly what the thread was about, and there's a change that will hopefully result in an improvement for advertising campaigns on the platform. Now, this is what I said in the beginning. I actually agree with this. On a good note, on a very positive sunshine and rainbow note, audience, okay, this could actually make it so that, you know, for instance, let's assume, right, somebody is playing, you know, fucking Mad World on the Wii. Super violent, super messed up game. They cuss like a sailor. They're chugging vodka shots. They're a very mature channel, okay? Obviously, their brand safety score would be pretty risque. Now, assuming that Twitch's ad pool has a bunch of mature ads and a bunch of kid-friendly ads, maybe that person's channel and them getting like an ad for a fucking Fisher-Price toy might be a waste of time and money on Twitch's end. That's bad advertisement. Now, let's say that Twitch had an ad for like monster trucks and like, you know, whatever mature shit is out there, you know, maybe like a firearm ad. I don't fucking know. They could put that ad onto this person's stream, and that would be a much more effective ad for that person's audience, thus making that streamer money and then Twitch money, because at the end of the day, Amazon wants to make a fuck ton of money. Amazon's not going to sell ad space and then fucking misuse that. So maybe that's what the ad targeting is about, right? But that's me being fucking sunshine and rainbows. Now, to be realistic and pessimistic Mudo right now, letting him come out of the fucking, you know, letting him come out, I would assume that, yeah, this is actually negatively going to affect a lot of streamers. If you are more at risk, brand risk, then you might not get the best fucking ads out there. In fact, in some cases, you may not get an ad if a mature ad isn't available, which can actually really affect an entire person's livelihood on the platform, right? Now, I don't know how important ads really are on Twitch. I think with Twitch, a lot of people make money purely on subscribers and bits and a lot of the crowdfunding stuff that happens. But again, ads are fucking important. If you're getting them fucked over because your brand safety is a little high, I would only assume this will cause more mature creators to fucking water down their content. Now, nothing in this code that we saw necessarily screams them getting fucked over in a search algorithm or maybe Twitch shadow banning users. As far as I've seen, this is purely to target advertisement properly. So it doesn't seem like Twitch is targeting edgy creators and then fucking shoveling them into the sea of creators out there so that they don't get seen by anybody. But when I look at advertisement, it just makes me wonder, I don't know how much that shit can fucking correlate. From what I realize, it's just ultimately a weird idea out there. But it's not exclusive to Twitch. I see a lot of people screaming at Twitch for it, but honestly, YouTube, Facebook, and most other fucking creator services do this anyways, okay? This is something that happens all across the board. All these guys do is try to maximize as much advertisement space that they can sell appropriately. If they don't do that, the site doesn't fucking make any money properly. That's pretty much how the whole situation goes. Now, do I agree with this whole practice? Hell no. I honestly see this from a creator perspective where if this affects people financially really hard going forward, and again, there's no idea if this will even be implemented. Again, Twitch hasn't made any of this live, okay? I'm pretty sure given this kind of backlash, they're really going to retweak this or they may not enable it at all. But all this kind of stuff really makes me wonder from a creator standpoint that if this is implemented financially, if it hits people, it's only going to cause individuals to really water the fuck out of their content so that they can be more brand friendly or at least out there. And I don't know if I'm okay with that. I don't know if I'm down with that. I go to Twitch and the few streams that I watch are all adult stuff. I watch a lot of Pay Money Wubby, and it would fucking hurt me if Wubby was hurt after all the bans that he got. His ad revenue on this website is fucking slashed in half because he tends to be a much more mature creator either. Because in all honesty, that's what I'm into, and I wish more of these sites understood that. There is a huge market for mature content. There's a huge market for people being edgy, okay? The word fuck, okay, and the word shit should not throw you into the fucking timeout pen on the internet, okay? These are okay words, all right? Yeah, they might be a little cussy cuss, but they're okay. Listen, I understand you don't want to turn your site into a nudity pit fest, okay? But there's a fine line between, you know, sort of being mature and then breaking the fucking rules. Just because you're mature doesn't mean that you should get fucking punished for it. I wish sites operated in a far more better fashion, okay? I get being advertiser unfriendly, but to me, it just seems very fucking hypocritical that the internet content creators are treated so fucking differently. It's almost like some puritanical light is being shined upon us when TV and movies can get away with so much fucking worse and still be quote unquote advertiser friendly on their respective platforms. I think this is really stupid. I don't think Twitch should fucking implement it, and maybe they won't. I don't realize it. I don't see it happening. On a very positive note, if it does, I just hope that it appropriates ads properly and at least keeps people in the edgy side of the internet somewhat financially stable in this weird fucking cesspool of content creation that we have. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I know it might have been a dry video. I know we looked at some goddamn code, but it's going to get even wilder because I'm going to goddamn make a single graphic card virtual machine video. Get fucking excited. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.